Hello students, hope all of you are fine. Today I am going to start the topic heating effect of current. Heating effect of current means when current flows through a conductor, it gets heated. You might have seen the devices electric iron, electric heater, geyser. They work on heating effect of current. So let us discuss the cause of heating effect of current and the expression for heat energy produced in a conductor when current flows through it. So let us consider a conductor of resistance R and let a source of EMF or potential difference V is applied across it. We know that current flows through a conductor only when some potential difference is applied across it. And when potential difference is applied across a conductor, electric field is set up, and as a result of which electrons they attain some constant velocity which is known as drift velocity. Means in addition to thermal motion, electrons gain some other kinetic energy when potential difference is applied across its ends. So electrons they collide with the material of the conductor with more kinetic energy when potential difference is applied across its ends, and this kinetic energy appears in the form of heat across the conductor. Here I have assumed conductor of resistance R and V is the potential difference applied across its ends. If AB with this conductor, so you can see here the direction of current is from positive to negative terminal, that is current flows from higher potential to lower potential. Means this point A is at higher potential and B is at lower potential, and the potential difference is, let it be V. Now we can calculate the charge which flows from point A or end A to end B in time t. If Q be the charge which flows from end A to end B in time t, then we can write I is equal to Q over T or Q is equal to IT. Now, in order to make the flow of current through the conductor, some work is done, and that work done is equal to potential difference into charge, that is equal to VIT. So this work done is converted into heat energy. So we can write the heat produced in the conductor, heat energy is equal to VIT. Also by Ohm's law, V is equal to IR. So we can write this heat energy as H is equal to IR into IT, that is equal to I square RT. If I divide this expression with R and multiply with R, then we can write it as I square R square P over R, and this I square R square is equal to B का whole square, that is equal to B square by R into T. So means the expression for heat produced, heat energy, H is equal to VIT I square RT or equal to V square by R into T. So these are the formula for heat produced in a conductor when potential difference V is applied across its ends and I is the current flowing through the conductor. Here the expression H is equal to I square RT is the mathematical form of Joule's law of heating. means according to Joule's law, the heat produced in a conductor is directly proportional to the square of the current flowing through it, resistance of the conductor, and also it is directly proportional to the time for which current flows through the conductor. Means if current flows for more time, the amount of heat energy it go on increasing. So this is about heating effect of current. Now next we discuss electric power. As I said, in order to maintain the flow of electric current in a conductor, some work must be done, and this work done is due to the applied potential difference across the ends of the conductor. So the rate of doing work in maintaining the flow of electric current in a circuit or in a conductor is known as electric power. So this is the work done. Actually this is heat energy, but this is equivalent to the work done in maintaining the flow of electric current in a conductor. So we can write the electric power as electric work over time, or it is also defined as the rate at which electric energy is dissipated. So this will be equal to VI T over T equal to I square RT over T equal to V square by RT divided by T. So means we can write electric power as P is equal to VI equal to I square R equal to V square by R. So these are the formula for electric power. Now the SI unit of energy is joule. So the SI unit of this heat energy produced in a conductor as a result of flow of current is also joule, and the SI unit of power is watt. Electric power is watt, or it is also, you can also call it as joule per second. The bigger units can be kilowatt, megawatt. Bigger units are kilowatt, and this kilowatt, 1 kilowatt is equal to 10 raised power 3 watt. Also unit of power is, bigger unit is megawatt, and 1 megawatt is equal to 10 raised power 6 watt. So this is about electric power. Now if we talk about electric energy, this is the amount of work done in maintaining the flow of electric current in a conductor. For example, if I be the current flowing through a conductor for time t, when potential difference applied is V, then the electric energy consumed, we can write it as equal to VIT, and also other formula are I square RT equal to V square by RT. So these are the formula for electric energy consumed. Now you might have heard of the commercial unit of electric energy. SI unit of any form of energy is joule, but if you talk about commercial unit of electric energy, then the commercial unit of electric energy is kilowatt hour. commercial unit of electric energy is kilowatt hour or we can write as kWh. Now how to define this kilowatt hour? 1 kilowatt hour, it is defined as if an electric appliance of power 1 kilowatt is used for 1 hour, then the electric energy consumed is said to be 1 kilowatt hour. Again I am repeating definition of kilowatt hour. If an electric appliance of power 1 kilowatt is used for 1 hour, then the electric energy consumed is said to be 1 kilowatt hour. Now we will convert this 1 kilowatt hour into SI system, that is joule. So we will find the number of joules in kilowatt hour. So we can write it as 1 kilowatt into 1 hour, and this kilowatt is equal to 10 raised power 3 watt, and the number of seconds in hour is 60 into 60. Now this watt can be written as joule per second. You can write as 10 is power 3 joule over second into 36 into 10 is power 2. So second and second they will get cancelled. So we can write as 36 into 10 is power 5 joule, or that is equal to 3.6 into 10 is power 6 joule. Means 1 kilowatt hour is equal to 3.6 into 10 is power 6 joule. So this is the relation between commercial unit of electric energy and the SI unit. So if you want to convert kilowatt hour into joule, you have to multiply with 3.6 into 10 power 6. Actually, you must know that we pay the electricity bill at our homes based on the number of units consumed. So the 1 unit of electricity consumed is equal to this 1 kilowatt hour. This 1 kilowatt hour is equal to 1 unit. So we can calculate if the electricity bill for our home is for 200 units, then you can calculate what is the amount of electric energy consumed during that interval. So this 1 kilowatt hour is equal to 1 unit. So larger the number of unit, great amount of energy, electric energy will be consumed. So this is about commercial unit of electric energy. Now we will see the electric energy or electric power in case of combination of resistors or combination of electric appliances. Electric energy in combination of resistors. So first we see in case of series combination. So let we are having 3 resistors. Of resistance R1, R2, R3. Let V be the applied potential difference. Now you can be asked in which resistor the amount of heat energy is more. So in this case, since resistors are connected in series, so the same current will flow through all the three resistors. Now if the values of resistance of these resistors is such that R1 greater than R2 greater than R3, then you can see the heat produced in resistor of resistance R1 is I square R T1, H2 is equal to I square R T2, sorry, R1T, R2T, and H3 is equal to T is the time for which current flows through this combination, I square R3T. Now from these expressions you can see that the heat produced in a resistor of resistance R1 will be greater, that is H1 greater than H2 greater than H3. So we can say that in case of series combination, when resistors are connected in series, the amount of heat produced will be greater in that resistor whose resistance is greater. Means the amount of heat produced will depend upon the value of the resistance. Larger the value of resistance, larger will be the amount of heat produced. If I replace these resistors with electric bulbs, then you can be asked that this is one V1, V2 and one V3. Again R1 is the resistance of this bulb, its resistance is R2 and its resistance is R3, and the values are as it is, R1 greater than R2 than R3. Now you can be asked which bulb will glow brighter. So brightness of the bulb, if that bulb is working on the heating effect of current, then the brightness of bulb depend upon the amount of heat energy produced. Larger the amount of heat energy produced, more will be the brightness. So in this case, the brightness of bulb V1 will be greater than V2 and V3. So this V1 has maximum brightness. So we can write that bulb V1 is brighter than V2 and V3. Now one more question can be asked from this combination. If you are asked that if I remove one bulb, how the whole brightness will be affected? For example, if these three bulbs are connected in some room in series combination, and if out of these three one bulb is removed, for example I remove this bulb V3, then how the brightness will be affected? So in that case, it's not like that resistance will decrease. So your answer is that the brightness will decrease. Actually we have to see when we have to use formula I square RT, V square by RT or VIT. So when in first case there were three bulbs connected to source of potential difference V. Now here there are two bulbs. So in first case, the amount of heat when three bulbs are connected, the amount of heat was V square over net resistance of these three bulbs. If we talk about total brightness or total heat energy. And in second case, when there are two bulbs only, then the amount of heat energy will be equal to V square over R1 plus R2. So you can see that the numerator factor is same, but in case of denominator, here the value is less as compared to this. Means net resistance it decreases with the when we remove this bulb. So this heat H2 is greater than H1 means in case of series combination, if out of 3 bulbs, if I remove one bulb, then the brightness with 2 bulbs will be more than the case when 3 bulbs are connected in series. Again, if I remove this bulb, brightness also increases. So this is about how we can solve the numericals based on heat energy in case of series combination. Now we will see this electric energy or electric power in case of parallel combination. Again, I take the example of 3 resistors. Let these are 3 resistors of resistance R1, R2, R3 connected in parallel to a source of potential difference V. Now, if we have to calculate the amount of heat energy produced in R1, R2 and R3, then we can use formula having terms V and VR and T. So here, heat energy produced in resistor of R1, resistor of resistance R1 is V square by R1 into T. H2 is equal to V square by R2 into T, where T is the time for which we have applied the potential difference. Because these resistors are connected in parallel, so potential difference across 3 is same, V square by R3 T. Now again, if R1 is greater than R2 greater than R3, so we can see that the amount of heat energy produced in R1 is less than that of R2 and R3. Means here H1 is less than H2 is less than S3. So in case of parallel combination of resistors, the amount of heat energy produced will be greater in that resistor whose resistance is least. So this is different from that of series combination. Again, we can talk about if instead of these resistors I connect here bulbs of different resistances. Let it be V1, V2, V3. Again, the resistance of this bulb V1 is R1, its resistance is R2 and its resistance is R3. So you can be asked that in this case which bulb glows brighter. So in this case bulb B3 will glow brighter because the amount of heat energy produced in bulb B3 is greater. So bulb B3 will be brighter. Bulb B3 is brighter. Also, if these 3 bulbs are connected in parallel in some room, and if I remove one bulb, how the brightness in the room will be affected? So you can see here, if I remove this bulb, then brightness will decrease because they are connected in parallel, and you might have seen the different appliances connected in our homes, they are in parallel. So if in some room there are 2 tube lights, if you switch off one tube light, then brightness will decrease. So this brightness will decrease in case of parallel combination if we remove one bulb. But if they are connected in series, and if we remove one appliance, then brightness will increase. So your answer should depend upon whether the case is of series combination or parallel combination, or it may be of mixed combination. So this is about the heating effect of current and electric energy, electric power in series combination and in parallel combination. So today we discussed this heating effect of current, and we saw that the amount of heat energy produced is equal to I square RT VIT or V square by R into T. Also we saw that if the different resistors are connected in series, then that resistor whose resistance is greater, the amount of heat energy produced in that resistor is greater. But in case of parallel combination, the amount of heat energy produced is more in that resistor whose resistance is least. So with this I stop here. I wish that you stay safe and stay healthy. Thank you.